Today I brought out my Connecticut Valley Arms Frontier rifle. It's a 50 caliber percussion muzzleloader, as you can probably tell. And this is I've had this gun for quite a few years now, and I picked it up used. I think I paid like 80 bucks or something for it, and it's actually a pretty good rifle. It's quite accurate. The sights are extremely primitive. It's kind of like a buckhorn type rear sight, and the front sight. I'm actually going to put a little dab of white paint on it, and it does work very well. I'm not getting any younger. But the video is actually, the focus is on a couple of things here. One's this Shockey's Yukon Gold. I've used this stuff before, and I do like it. Although the stuff I did in a video was a 2FG. This is 3F. The 2F, and I think I actually used the description, it's like trying to pour coal through a funnel. It was, I think I used it in a shotgun and something else, but trying to measure it, even the powder measure, like the stuff was so coarse it didn't want to go through the funnel part of my powder measure. It just kept piling up in there, even though I rattled it. It was a bloody nuisance to use. So I won't even consider buying their 2F anymore because of that. Don't know if it's changed since then. Couldn't tell you. The other thing I'm going to do, because the rifling and that, of course, is pretty much for patch and ball, is I got these Hornady plastic patch. They're kind of sort of like the sabots, and I guess basically it is a round ball sabot, but they're calling it a plastic patch. And there's two reasons I brought these out. One, I want to get rid of them. Best way to get rid of them is send them down the rifling of a muzzleloader like that. And two, the Shockey's powder claims it's a non-fouling. The residue for fouling is actually, they're calling it a lubricant, and it does seem to behave that way. This is the first time I actually come out and really try. I've used that stuff in a revolver before. It worked okay. It worked not too bad. Cleans up with just water. All of them do anyway. But they're quite sticky about using other lubricants. And I can see why. So today I'm going to test that theory with the plastic patch. The idea would be the same with sabots. Again, I'm just trying to use this stuff up. So I got a bunch of 490 round ball. These plastic patches, which are just basically round ball sabots, like I said, and Shockey's Yukon Gold, and they're supposed to be pretty much be able to blast away all day with it without having to clean your gun. And I've heard people say this is true. Well, let's find out if it is. Now, one of the things they do want you to do is remove any oil and any other lubricant that may contaminate, as they put it, your barrel. So I'm going to take a spit patch. Actually, I should run a dry patch through there first. And the reason I'll use a spit patch is because it's ballistol I use in all my muzzle loaders, and actually just about all my guns, period. And I'll run a dry patch through first, actually, and then I'll run the spit patch through, followed by another dry patch. The moisture from the spit patch will take care of the ballistol, because it emulsifies very easily in water. So just using the spit patch should take care of it. So I'll scrub out the barrel like they want you to. I think they're suggesting alcohol or some damn thing. Well, I wouldn't even drive from my place to the range with a bare metal bore in the gun. So I'll swab her out, and we'll the next thing they want you to do, and they suggest you do is run a powder shot through the gun. And what that's supposed to do is kind of like pre-lubricate your barrel with the fouling, lubricating fouling from Yukon Gold there. So I'll do that. I'll just do everything they say and we'll just see what happens. So for my fouling shot, I tend to pick these sabots up as I walk to get my targets. And I get the bag full of these fired sabots, which I'm going to try reusing just for shits and giggles in a future video. And you see probably see the rifling is in them and everything. So I'm just going to use this to do a unloaded shot or fouling shot on this rifle. I'm just going to use an empty sabot to hold the powder in place. This Yukon Gold 3F is equivalent, is just as coarse as 2F in black powder. It's actually quite, just notice that, it's actually quite coarse. So the powder's down, I'm just going to stick this sabot down there. That's the easiest loading sabot I ever did in my life. And that'll foul and apparently lubricate the barrel. Put a cap on her. And let her rip. No point aiming. This is what those so-called plastic patches look like with the ball in them. And you see it, they're dished on one side, and that is not for the ball. That is to make a nice seal when the powder lets off. The pressure will force the edge of the sabot to hug the rifling. So it spreads out quite a bit, but we'll see how that goes down the barrel. And if they're too troublesome, I do have lots of dry patches here. So that plastic patched ball went slid in there real nice. So pretty happy with that. I'm not gonna put that much emphasis on the target because this video is mostly about the powder. But I do like to pull the hammer back to half cock just to make sure air is getting into that chamber. So if there are any ambers left in there, they're going to go out because there's lots of oxygen to finish them off. That's 2 shots, that includes the fouling shot. So here's the patch. I'm not using any ballistol to start these, but they seem to go in reasonably easy anyway. Because I got a feeling they're designed to go in a bore that's not really designed for sabots anyway. That is going in there real nice. It's just as easy as the first one. When we get up to 4 or 5 shots, then we'll know for sure where we're at. Alright. I think that's more of a nipple problem than anything. So I put my blue gloves on, and what these are, they're just glove liners, and you can pick them up at the hardware store. These are actually quite warm, and much to my surprise, I'm able to pick the percussion cap out of the lid of the tin and put it on the nipple wearing these, so that's quite nice. Caps just to verify whether it's the nipple or a weak spring, and I get a feeling it's just because the cap's not going down all the way, and the first strike seats it, the second one lights it off every time. So. Not doing too bad there. I might have to tape things up a little. And actually I'm going to start aiming at different parts of the target. It's getting dark. Aim the top left. I can barely see it. It's starting to get difficult to load just at the first part of the barrel, and it's bringing back memories of using this stuff before, and that it seems like it starts plugging up the rifling right at the end. Doesn't look like it's plastic. It looks like it's definitely fouling from the powder. So let's see how that goes. I'm already primed for captains. Yeah. Now, to clean that, from what I remember, I've used spit patches. She's getting a little cranky here. Oh yeah, very cranky. So I'm going to have to swab out the bore at the end. And that's going down real easy, and I think the biggest reason is the amount of force it's taken to get it past that fouling is compressing that ball a little bit. And then once you get past the fouling, it slides down the rest of the barrel easy because of it. This will help you spit past if you don't have enough spit. And little bits of powder in there. This jag works really good, and as usual I'm just going to flip it around and run the other side through. You see my accuracy improves now too, because it's starting to wander around the target. Part of the reason is it's getting dark, and maybe the fouling. I'm doing pretty good at avoiding the flinchies. There's no sign of any plastic residue there. So it doesn't seem to be melting the sabot. Not bad. Cap it there. This gun's actually quite comfy to shoot. Doesn't smack you in the cheek or anything. It's pretty good. It is fun. Of course, most guns are fun, except for flintlocks that blow the touch hole out. They're not much fun at all. Yep. Man, that's cold, man. It's just not getting any warmer. Love the echo of the shot being fired. The plastic patch. Actually, I'm kind of impressed with those. Like I say, I'm using a 495 round, or 490. Sorry, 490 round ball, and they work great. It's working really well. Uh-oh. We did put powder in, right? go down and have a look at the holes we put in our target. Look at all that smoke. Love it. You're going to see how far those plastic sabots are going. I don't see them yet. I don't see any of them. There's a sabot, 2 sabots from the bullets. Don't see them. There we go. There we go, lots of them. They're all roughly in the same spot. All these plastic sabots, and I'll pick them up and throw them out. They're all within 10 feet of each other. So I'm here at the target, and as you can see I'm shooting a bit right. I did alright. And oh, look at that. That is, I'm going to call it a bullseye. It's a smidgen high and right there, but hey, it's a round ball. And when I started shooting at these, it was getting dark. So that's a pretty good excuse. That's a nice little group. I know there initially I put a few pretty much through the same hole. I just wish that there wasn't a big hole blown in the target. That's not bad. Buy that for $1. Yep, it was a good day. It was damn cold though. But, we're done. It's cold and dark. Sun is down.